Tonight, we report on the fire north of Soap Lake and how congressional candidate Gavin Syme was asked to leave Moses Lake City Hall. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Desert Dogs capture the North Washington Senior Babe Ruth State Championship, and the River Dogs take the Walla Walla Invite. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
And it appears as though this heat wave is ending. Take another day or two, but things are going to be more seasonal as we slide into the weekend. Details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
A fire started burning about 14 miles north of Soap Lake after a storm passed through the area Monday evening. The fire was burning wild land near the intersection of Road H Southeast and Road 6 Southeast in Douglas County, west of Alkali Lake. Fire crews from the Freda Fire Department, Cooley City Fire Department, and Grant County Fire Districts 13 and 7 are helping fight the fire. According to a Grant County Sheriff's Office spokesman, the crews were dispatched about 4 p.m., and some units tried to drive up Sheep Canyon Road to access the fire from Grant County. Flooding from the passing storm washed across the road and halted traffic. Sheep Canyon Road was closed to traffic, and the Grant County Public Works was notified of the damage. What do you get when you mix hockey and all-terrain vehicles? Reporter Sean Wells tells us about a unique sport played in the Moses Lake sand dunes.
What do you get when you mix a homemade mallet, a mini soccer ball, and a four-wheeler? A new sport called quad sport polo. Played on a sandy surface roughly the size of a football field, this new sport is turning heads. Quad sport polo member Juan Tron says the rush is unlike any other sport.
The way that we're playing now it's a blast, and it's a really high adrenaline game, and it's all about scoring. So if you can take hockey and quads and put it together, we kind of came up with quad sport polo.
It's very similar to regular polo, but instead of riding on a horse, you were riding on a quad. And instead of using your right hand, which is traditional in equestrian polo, you were using your left hand, because 80% of the game depends on being able to control your quad.
So it's a lot of fun. It's very, very fast action. We do a lot of quick turns on these quads, and so we're really pushing the way the quads are ridden now.
Quad Sport Polo members meet once a month at the Moses Lake Sand Dunes. For more information, check out their Facebook page. For iFiber One News, Sean Wells.
Thank you, Sean. Congressional candidate Gavin Syme refuses to accept a Moses Lake agreement to maintain the signs he places on public property. The candidate called it a violation of his First Amendment rights to be forced to sign the agreement. City Manager Joe Gavinsky said it is how the city protects the public's property. The disagreement started after Moses Lake code enforcement officials removed the candidate's signs that were placed on city property. City policy requires candidates placing signs in the areas to sign an agreement to maintain them. The agreement states the candidate is responsible for any damage and to remove them 5 days after the election. Gavinsky said he had 12 agreements signed by other candidates. Syme came to City Hall to get his signs and was asked to stop recording them and to leave. He left after a policeman repeated the request. Test flights for a new Mitsubishi regional jet are expected to start in Moses Lake by 2015. Mitsubishi Aircraft Corporation and Aerotech announced the MRJ-90 will be tested at the Grant County International Airport. Aerotech, a Seattle-based flight test engineering company, is handling the test for the 92-passenger jet. Aerotech plans on building a 65,000 square foot aircraft hangar to accommodate the planes. Construction on the estimated $9 million building is expected to begin in October and be finished in July 2015. Moses Lake was selected for the test because of its superior flying weather, clear airspace, flat topography, and long, wide runways, according to Aerotech's president. Now let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Well, hi everybody. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News Weather, and your forecast brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota Dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Well, taking a look at the headlines, and looks like we are seeing 2 more days of high heat, and then, thank goodness, we're going to see a break from this heat. So, have to deal with 100-degree temperatures or higher for the next day or two. Maybe a little cooler on Friday, but the real cooling coming in during the weekend when we'll see more seasonal temperatures by Saturday and Sunday. But still, we should be in the lower 90s on Friday. But get the hint that things are going to be a little bit more bearable. 104 degrees this afternoon, and yes, broke the record set back in 1996 of 102 degrees. Yes, very, very hot. 68 degrees the morning start, normally 61. Is the normal start of the day. 56 is normal in Moses Lake. 64 was where we bottomed out this morning. 103, and once again, a record-breaking day. So again, the record heat, and we'll get close to record heat tomorrow as well. And then again, a little cooler temperatures as we slide to the work week. 101 right now, 45 degrees dew point. Gives us a relative humidity around 22%. So pretty low in that humidity value, and of course the high heat. All ingredients, as we've been mentioning the past several days, for high fire danger, so be careful out there. Here we go, taking a look at the forecast for clouds and precipitation, and not much of either in our neck of the woods. Going through our Wednesday, still not much going on. And then finally by Thursday, we're starting to see a little cloud cover developing into the Gulf of Alaska, pushing south through British Columbia. By Friday, a cool front moves through with some increasing clouds during the day. And that'll set the stage for the cooling trend as we slide into the weekend, maybe even a few sprinkles by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In the meantime, looking at temperatures across the state, mid to upper 80s across the Cascades to the west, cooler 60s and 70s along the coastline. Inland Northwest closing in on that 100-degree mark, but not quite, although Tri-Cities are getting up to 102 degrees. And closing into the Columbia Basin, you can see that we are expecting excessive century-degree temperatures, 100 to 105 still, and looking for the heat to continue as we take a look at the next 7 days for at least one more day after that, still closing in on 100 on Thursday. Then a cool front comes through, a couple of pushes of cooler air, eventually getting to seasonal temperatures, maybe a few spot sprinkles by the beginning portion of the work week next week. But the big news, yes, indeed, the heat wave is ending. Good news. So again, get out and enjoy the summertime weather this weekend, why don't you? Sports is coming up next.
Toyota wants to know, how do you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive, including Tundra. Now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The Columbia Basin Desert Dogs are the North Washington Senior Babe Ruth State Champions. The Dogs pulled out a 4-2 win over Lakeside in Port Angeles Sunday to claim the title. The team went 4-0 at the three-day event and has now earned the right to compete alongside the host River Dogs at the Senior Babe Ruth World Series Tournament August 7 through 14 at Johnson O'Brien Stadium in Ephrata. The Desert Dogs host a doubleheader with the Central Washington Hawks tonight. Well, speaking of the River Dogs, the team went 5-0 to capture the Walla Walla Invitational over the weekend. The Dogs dominated the competition, amassing 47 runs off 58 hits, 18 of which went for extra bases, including 10 doubles and 6 home runs. Moses Lake's Colton Kelly had the hot sticks for the River Dogs, going 11 for 20 at the dish with 2 home runs, 4 doubles, and 7 runs scored. The Dogs are in Seattle this weekend for the Baden Showcase. The team returns home Thursday to host the Washington Baseball Open. The 12U Girls Fast Pitch State Tournament wrapped up Sunday. 14 teams took part in the 3-day event on the diamonds at Larson and Lozier Fields in Moses Lake. The Snohomish County Express captured the championship in the A Division. The Wharton Heat was crowned state champion in the B Division. The 12U Rattlers and the 10U Ice from Moses Lake competed well, but failed to place. The Central Washington Spud season came to an end when the team dropped a 4-game series to the Wenatchee Apple Packers over the weekend. The Spuds needed to take 2 games from Wenatchee to qualify for postseason play. Felix Hernandez gets the start on the bump for the American League in tonight's All-Star game at Target Field. King Felix, the first Venezuela pitcher to start for the All-Stars, is sporting an 11-2 record with a 2.12 ERA. He is just the second Seattle pitcher to start an All-Star game following Randy Johnson in 1995 and 1997. Hernandez will be opposed by the St. Louis Cardinals' Adam Wainwright, who is 12-4 with the Major League best 1.83 ERA. Tiger Woods looks to improve his number 72 world ranking when he gets back on the links for the British Open Wednesday. Woods has played only 2 competitive rounds in the last 4 months because of back pain that led to surgery. He missed the cut at Congressional in his return 3 weeks ago, but hasn't experienced any more setbacks, so he should be good to go. A victory at Royal Liverpool will likely put him back among the top 9 golfers in the world. U.S. captain Tom Watson has been looking forward to seeing Woods at the British Open and is expected to talk to him about the Ryder Cup. Watson will be keeping an eye on Woods the next month before he makes his 3 captain's picks. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
We believe in home and all the magical things that come with it. We believe in living rooms with forts made from sofa cushions and blankets. We believe in the man cave, the woman cave. And finally, we believe that our calling in life is to find the home that's perfect for you. Coldwell Banker, fulfilling dreams for over 100 years.
As the summer has quickly approached, we all enjoy the family barbecue and kids playing in the sprinkler. However, many drivers are distracted and are seldom focusing on what's important while driving. It could be the random phone call, adjusting your stereo, or the lip gloss check in the mirror. Here at Farmers Insurance, we make sure you understand what coverages fit your needs. The more you know, the better you can plan. My name is Cheryl Kono, and I'm your local Farmers Insurance agent.
We are farmers.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a workshop in Moses Lake where fiddlers sharpen their skills. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
That's Laura Farr, organizer of the Washington Old Time Fiddlers Association's first workshop going on in Moses Lake this week. The Old Time Fiddlers are using classrooms at Frontier Middle School, and Farr said it is likely to become an annual event there. Farr said some 340 musicians ages 6 to 80 plus are attending the workshop to rosin up their bows and sharpen their skills. And there's room to grow at the middle school, which Farr said has plenty of space. The Fiddlers Workshop drew the likes of Moses Lake retiree Harold Hochstatter, who says he loves playing his fiddle. Hochstatter, a retired Washington State Senator, acknowledges he's one of the fiddling old-timers. He says he finds it highly energizing, and he urges seniors to try the fiddle for fun.
I'm going to play as long as I can because I think, I claim it's the musical way to fight Alzheimer's.
Hochstetter said he plays right along with the youngest of kids in class.
Oh, hey, there's a little girl in there that her feet don't even, when she's sitting down, she can't even tap her foot. And she's in my class. I'm a little offended at that.
Riley Crichton, 11 years old and from Union, Washington, often jams with his 4 brothers and sisters ranging in age from 6 to 17. He explained how it all happened.
We saw a family named the Voltbergs, and some people have heard of him. They're really good. And Hunter, the 15-year-old, saw them and thought it was so cool, and he thought he could play the violin. And Mom and Dad had said, when you turn 10, you can choose the instrument. And Hunter chose the fiddle. So he started learning, and he took lessons from Mrs. Farr. So Cindy was playing piano while Hunter was learning fiddle, and then Cindy sat in Hunter's lessons and thought it was really cool, and so she wanted to join him. So Mrs. Farr let him, and so she taught both of them. And then Cindy and Mom wanted me and Bryson to learn the fiddle, so we learned it, and Cindy and Hunter taught us, and yeah, now I'm here.
Hochstetter says you're never too old to learn the fiddle.
71 when I started this thing, 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago. And I would urge anybody that if they think they've got any tunes in them, to try some instrument. It really is a good reason to get up in the morning. There's always a challenge. There's all kinds of venues that you can play in. You can play in the nursing homes, you can sit down with your buddies, you can drink beer, you can sing hymns.
Riley says he loves to fiddle and plans to play it as long as he lives.
I want to do it as long as I can.
Public events that are free to attend at the workshop include a square dance from 7 to 9 p.m. each day this week. The community is also invited to a free public performance at 6:30 p.m. Friday, also at the school's gym. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. With the local book telephone directory, it's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
The Grant County PUD is looking to take advantage of low water at Crescent Bar to dredge the area around the boat launch. The PUD is getting ready to accept bids from companies capable of removing 45,000 cubic yards of sediment in the channel between the boat launch and the Columbia River. The utility is hoping the work will begin in August. Dredging the channel meets requirements from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to create recreational opportunities, which is a condition of receiving the licenses to operate Wanapum and Priest Rapid dams. Taking advantage of the dry conditions created by the Wanapum Dam reservoir drawdown helps reduce environmental impacts, provide better quality control, allow for a shorter construction period, and provide a cost savings to Grant PUD ratepayers. A man pleaded guilty to attacking a state trooper because his friend was being tested for DUI. He is now serving 2 months in jail. Cody Hoynes, a 24-year-old Moses Lake man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to assault in the 3rd degree. Hoynes has no prior criminal history and faced between 1 month and 3 months in jail under state sentencing laws. Judge John Nodell followed the prosecutor's recommendation, sentencing Hoynes to 2 months in jail. Hoynes was riding in a Jeep Cherokee that a Washington State Patrol trooper pulled over for a broken taillight. When the officer approached the vehicle, he smelled intoxicants and ordered the driver out of the vehicle. Hoynes got out of the Jeep, ran at the officer, and tried to punch him. The officer took Hoynes to the ground where the suspect hit the trooper in the side of the head. When the officer stood up, Hoynes threw rocks at him. The trooper detained him after using his taser 3 times. In Northwest news, a chain of truck stops will have to pay a $92 million fine and more than $56 million in restitution. Owned by Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam and Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam, they may have put the worst behind them after federal attorneys agreed not to prosecute Flying J for cheating customers. In an agreement with prosecutors, the nation's largest diesel retailer acknowledges that employees cheated trucking companies out of promised fuel rebates and discounts. Prosecutors said Monday that Pilot has agreed to pay a $92 million penalty, which is within the range of what the company would pay if convicted at trial. Since federal agents raided Pilot's Knoxville, Tennessee headquarters in April 2013, 10 former employees have pleaded guilty to the scheme to defraud customers. CEO Jimmy Haslam has said he had no knowledge of the scheme. Governor Bill Haslam has said he isn't involved in Pilot's day-to-day operations. Drones are most commonly used for military purposes, but a real estate broker is using his handmade drone for something else, filming rural properties for sale. CNN reporter Claire Powell has the story.
As easy as flicking a switch. The newest tool in our toolbox that we can use. Just like that, a drone takes off over Bill Brewer's acreage just outside of Martinsdale. We couldn't see from the road or from a waterway. We can get deep into the fields, check every corner.
He offered to bring it down to fly over the fields to see the debris out there, how bad it is, and which is a neat thing. So
land managers from People's Company, a Des Moines-based real estate group, offered him a look at flooding, terraces, soils.
You can just get a bird's eye view of everything.
The People's Company manages over 16,000 acres of farmland, including some cases like this, where the rest of the building is all of the way out here.
Yeah, that's a piece of debris from that shed right there.
And yes, that's the rest of Bill Brewer's metal building.
Good and bad both, I guess. It's nice to know what all is out there, so you'll know what to look forward to for harvest.
Right there, piece right there, piece right there, piece right there, piece right there.
Bill says without the company offering their drone, he wouldn't know where the pieces went. And he's so infatuated with the drone's ability, he wants to get one too.
And I think it's going to be great technology to scout fields with and going to be a great tool.
Going to be being the key words. With little regulation from the Federal Aviation Administration, drones are facing a long-term battle just to stay in the skies.
So it's really a big gray area. It's kind of like the technology has surpassed the law, and we're just using it and hoping to not get punished too much later.
Yeah, government will have to get involved, I'm sure. They think they've got to be in everything.
Reporting in Martinsdale, Claire Powell, ABC 5 News.
The Federal Aviation Administration only has a few enforceable rules for drones as of right now. They can't fly over 400 feet and must weigh less than 55 pounds. The FAA hopes to have a new set of regulations in place by fall of 2015. And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.